Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and today, as you can tell, we have a cheeky book review for you guys. Today we are reviewing Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I think this is kind of meant to be a trilogy. Don't quote me on that, but at the moment I've read this one and the second one, Children of Virtue and Vengeance, but today we are just focusing on this beauty here. If you want me to review the second one as well, let me know in the comments, but for now it'll be this, and then hopefully when the third part comes along I will do like a full series review, you know, like I normally do. But if you want to know my thoughts on this novel, then just keep on watching. Just excuse the fact that it's a bit dark in here. It's like 9 o'clock at night and I need to get this video filmed, otherwise we're not going to have an upload this week. So here we go. I'm kind of liking this new setup. I've got this new drawer set that you would have seen in my vlog. I'm just liking this vibe at the moment, so I'm gonna try and utilise. Let me know what you think. Anyway, review. So I picked this book up ages ago. Like, I think if you check my book depository and World of Books haul from like 3 years ago now, first been there, and that's the first time I picked it up because I saw it all over Bookstagram. It was flooding my feed and I was like, I need this in my life because she looks beautiful. But I did not read it until now. 3 years later. It took me 3 years. 3 years. And I am so glad that I did, because when I tell you that this book and this world changed my life, it changed my life. That's all you need to know right here. That's all you need to know. Anyway, this book is a YA fantasy novel. It is written from 3 point of views. So you have Zelie, Amari and Amari's brother Inan, and I'm really sorry if I'm saying those names wrong. So you have their 3 point of views, which is really, really interesting. I love a interchanging point of view narrative. It's like, I just love it. As soon as it's got one of those in, I'm down for it. Or if you can do it like Cassandra Clare, where she writes third person but you can't really tell, that is good. So this is set in a place called Orisha. So you have the Magi that have magic and you have the normal people that don't have magic, and this is a world which is 11 years after the Magi have been persecuted, been killed, and their magic has been taken away, and their descendants remain instead. So magic is no longer here, Magi are no longer a thing, and if it is, and they're living in hiding and they no longer have any magic. But the kind of normal people are the ones that took that away from them because they were intimidated at the power that they had. They thought they were a threat and they were just overall not comfortable with it. So they just thought, let's get rid of them all. That's basically where you start off when you read the novel. So it's the aftermath of this. So because of that, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of kind of hatred, there's a lot of like, why me, this isn't fair type thoughts, and it's really at the surface and it's ready to explode. Like, you can feel it already just from those few chapters. Because of that emotion that's already at the surface, there is so much passion, anger, hurt, pain, betrayal, just constant throughout the novel. Alongside the pain and the betrayal of the characters, love is probably the other strongest emotion that they all feel, and it is intense. I'm telling you, it's intense. Like, the love for siblings, the love for each other, the love in a relationship, the love for mother figures, it's just there and you feel it in your soul. I don't know what Adeyemi does at all, but the way she writes emotion is just another level. Like, it really gets you and you can just feel the intense connection that they all have. Just generally, this novel is written incredibly well. The setting, the description, the thought process that Adeyemi has put into each individual element of the novel is just second to none, in all honesty. So the Magi are traditionally made up of 10 clans, and the story that she has put behind the formation of these clans, of the god being the Sky Mother, and how each clan has got their power, and just the way that she's woven in the folklore and African elements are just so beautiful. So another part that she writes really well is the characters. They aren't your typical superficial, surface level, oh, I've had a hard life type YA heroines or heroes. Zelie, who is the main heroine and the main protagonist within this, she's quite a complex heroine. So at the beginning, she's just as you know, your standard like, oh, my life's just normal, I'm just a girl, you know, nothing special about me. And then she gets thrown into this adventure and she's like, what's going on, why me, and blah 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 blah. But as the story unfolds, you find her self-doubt. She doesn't have a lot of kind of self-worth within herself, and it's really quite refreshing to have a heroine that's not so sure of everything. And I just really liked the depth of her character and the way that Adeyemi chose to explore her. But also on the opposite side, I love the way that she wrote Anan, because he's one of those characters that you want to hate, you really want to hate, but you also can't blame, because their upbringing is the reason that they are where they are. So you can't pick it, and it's just very difficult. You never really know where his loyalties lie, and one minute you think it's here, and then you're like, oh, all is well, we're all good, you know? And then he like does a complete U-turn, and the manipulators in his mind just make him choose something completely different, and you're like, excuse me. But because a lot of that we aren't privy to, when Zelie or Mari is betrayed, it's like yourself is betrayed, because you don't know what's coming, and then she just slaps you across the face with it, and it's just like, excuse me. I think the kind of storyline in a really general sense, so girl is living a normal life, girl then falls into massive plot thing that makes her life not normal anymore, girl then has to save a group of people / the world, girl gets to that element, it doesn't work or it does work. And I think that is very kind of typical here of what Adeyemi's done. Really straightforward narrative arc. She's kind of going for what works in this genre, which isn't bad. And the way that she spun it is like the brilliant thing. So the world that she's put around this typical pathway is just amazing. There was just, I don't know, I just really loved it, alright? I just really loved it. It was really good. The only thing I can really think of to describe this is just magical, dark, and overall just beautiful and majestic. That's it. And it is just a really good book. I think with some of the descriptions, Adeyemi does kind of over-describe a little bit, in my opinion, and that in some areas can take away from the narrative, and you kind of get a bit lost for a second. You're like, wait, what's going on? Because she's kind of described a little bit too much. But apart from that, I really enjoy the descriptions. When she doesn't get a bit carried away, they're really good. I find it quite difficult to find a clear balance of like description to narrative type ratio. I think sometimes it's done way too much, and then sometimes it's not done enough. But this novel on a whole has a good balance. There are just some aspects of it that you're thinking, come on, let's get the story going. So overall, this book, if you have not already gathered, I loved it. It was full of everything that I wanted, and as soon as I finished it, I went on Amazon and ordered the second one, and it arrived the next day. That is how much I liked this. It was full of everything that I enjoyed. There was action, there was love, there was darkness, there was magic, there was fighting, there was kind of strategy involved, and it got my mind thinking. I didn't have to just sit in neutral, and it was just really enjoyable. So that is it for today's review, guys. I really hoped you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, all of the good stuff down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!